Your Sixers holding down the 5 spot in the East. This is actually the regular season finale already tonight. Saw them in November, saw them in December, saw them in January. Now, game number 4 in February. Heel to the cup and runs into Bogdanovic. Onyeka saves it. And here comes Trae Young and the Hawks.
Passed up the shot that he's known for to drive the basketball.
Sadiq Bey up and in. And there's Campaign. Yep, but he's in 17. Campaign's gonna rock 22. Oh, what a rocked shot that was by Kelly Oubre Jr. Sorry about that, partner. 28 games started, 52 played for the Pacers for Buddy Hield as Johnson rattles in the tray. No D'Anthony Melton, no Nico Batum, no Joel Embiid, no Robert Covington. Trae Young from outside. Now we know that he has spent 1 season in Durham, and Fernando is fouled by
program. They get fouled a lot. They make a lot of free throws.
Trae completes the 3-point play, 32-23. Hawks in front. Young doubled. Good hands by Fernando underneath. Nicely done by Bruno Fernando. Young with 6 to his name. Lost it. Sixers ball, 2.9 left in the frame.
Ball on the floor a couple times and got to where he wanted. Nice and comfortable jump shot.
Council, a 2-way player for the Sixers after a couple of seasons at Wichita State, 1 at Arkansas. Here's Trae Young knocking down the triple.
Up a couple of times, that one able to knock in.
Young knocked down, doesn't hit the 3, but
4/10 is enough for a tap in or a shot. So, I mean, you could have gotten something out of that if it was deemed Sixer ball.
And
never know.
It's 41-30 right now, but if it's a 2 or 3-point game at the end of this one. Trae, of course, earned his 3rd All-Star selection as an injury replacement just a couple of days ago, and
a couple of his college games, his last year at Murray State, was the man there, needless to say.
That's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jersey retired. Fernando, too easy. Young with read on him. Matthews into the paint. And a little bit of a line drive floater of sorts, but it falls. Thrown into it, Hala. I mean, how do you even do that as a player? You're on one team one day, and the next day you're in another city playing for another team as Hunter rattles in the triple.
You mentioned University of Virginia in Charlottesville, playing for Tony Bennett, who has a tremendous player development program there. They produce really good players.
Trae Young.
Speaking of good players, Sixers need each one of their men to just do their job.
Bey left wide open in the corner. Largest lead of the night for the Atlanta Hawks. Just over 40 seconds to go, first half. Young dribbled it off of Smith's foot. He's been frustrating Young so far. Back to Trae.
Leave him open.
Yep, too much space, and Trae makes the Sixers pay. Young bringing it up for the Hawks. Left alone.
See that open.
Yeah. Now for Atlanta. Here's Campaign, one of the newest Sixers. Short on that 3. Know a lot of folks on NBA TV. So from your buddies Bob and Neek and Tabitha, we wanted to say hi to you from the NBC Sports Filling crew. Kate Scott, Ala. That's a highlight. Campaign with a step back Trae. And then Trae Young travels.
It would be difficult to come right out of the box knocking down shots, but he seems to be warming up to things.
Another empty possession for Atlanta.
Let it go.
Off back iron, tracked down by Bey.
Priority in this second half is A, to play assertively, and B, to communicate. The Hawks were 11 of 19 from 3. That's nearly 58% from 3 in the first half.
On the floor, it holds them together, makes them a collective unit so they can be all on the same page.
Trae Young with yet another Trae, his 5th of the night. 5 of 9 now is Young for 23. Sixers loving it. Trimming this lead to 16. Oh my, Jalen Johnson. From 22, the lead down to 13. Sixers have stepped things up in this 3rd quarter. Good pass from Young, Hunter from outside. Sixers run. Martin from the wing. Bamba there. And then Fernando takes it away. And Martin fouls Johnson. Young, the handles stripped and fouled with 0.9 on the shot clock. Able to sneak through spaces that I don't think a lot of other guys in the league would even attempt. Young hit the first, missed the second, and that will do it. Young leading the way with 11. Bounce pass there to Johnson, who's blocked by Bamba. Third block tonight for Mo. Oubre, the hesitation, and he got tied up. The Bamba dunk won't count. Not going to win every game, although the Sixers still in this one. We're down 22 in the first half. Haven't given up. Council, though, fouling Young there.
They're playing with all season. No changes prior to the trade deadline for the Hawks.
Young misses the first. So for those of you watching on NBA, I would say probably the unlikeliest of opponents to give out free nuggets. Young trying to bounce it into Okongwu. The Hawks turn it over.
Using a lot of hands there on that last possession.
And there was a lot of contact there. Young, the hesitation, the floater, the teardrop from Trae Young. Crowd willing its defense on.
Stay on the floor for pump fakes.
Young, the scoop and score. That one just a little bit too easy. Shot clock at 7.
Don't fall for pump fakes.
Step back from Young. They're going to say it was a long 2. Foot was on the line. Lead from 22 down to 6.
What's the other option? Succumbing to things? That is not an option. You got to fight your way through it.
Young fights his way, but to no avail.
No, deaf ears.
Well, with more on what Nick talked about in the last huddle, let's go down to Taryn.
Crowd was waiting for that one to drop on the edge of their seats.
Intercepted by Oubre.
Careless pass from Young.
Just over 2 minutes to go here in South Philly. Been over 3 minutes since the Hawks hit a field goal. Johnson taking it himself with authority.
Right, all good shooters in this league can also and would have to put the ball on the floor, but he's showing you that he can.
18 for Buddy in his Sixer debut. And then he fouls Trae Young.
Laying it in for 2.
Young hits the first. 8 of 11 from the line. 33 tonight for Trae Young. Recently elected as an injury replacement, selected. Oubre hits the bucket, full court pressure, and it comes to Young. And Oubre will foul him. But hey, even if their Sixers don't get the win, be any more mean messages because they didn't get their chicken.
Yeah, get the app, folks.
The claim opens after this game goes final. It stays open only until 10:30 tomorrow. And there's a chance that we could have more nuggets between post-game, 10:30 tomorrow. And then you have 3 days to actually go get them. As Young hits the second. 35 and 12 for Johnson, inbounding for Atlanta. Back it goes to Trae Young. Payne trying to track him down. Young so darn crafty. Finally found by Reed. 10.6 to go. One timeout remaining for each team. Young hits the first. Young hits them both. Tomorrow night, right here on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Our flight's shorter.
And you can see the Hawks wherever you usually tune in to see your Hawks.